Ladies and gentlemen, get in here for a regularly scheduled murder church, but again, we're still on the Sarah Boone trial. Going to be covering this one to completion. It shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you all for coming in here. Appreciate it. I've got a lot of competition tonight. Everyone is streaming the Sarah Boone testimony in the trial. I appreciate you for choosing and coming over here. Hit the like, share this out on X. I just made a post on there that really does help us out greatly. And yeah, let's get into this. Today was a doozy, folks. Let's share some opinions.
Turn around, face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about? Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
Let's rock.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in here. Murder Church is on the air officially. I appreciate everyone for coming in. Publicly buzzed live. Yes, we are still on the Sarah Boone suitcase murder trial, and today was, in fact, a doozy. What I was just saying. Again, thanks for everyone coming in here. Hit the like ski, do all the things, get this in the algorithm, share it out on X, on Twitter. That helps greatly. Sarah Boone testified, as we were anticipating. And it was, in fact, pretty wild. Everyone knows that I wear my opinions on my sleeve, essentially, and let it kind of fly about, and not afraid to change it either. Today, I was all over the place on X. We're going to be starting with the domestic violence stuff, with the DV stuff, okay? We're going to be going immediately into that. Could that affect the jury? Huh? I heard that there is a potentially, I don't know how this information got out here. I haven't seen it actually verified, but I've seen other prominent folks talking about it, other higher up media personalities saying that there is someone on the jury that is a domestic violence or former domestic violence victim. So could that affect that person's opinion after seeing what we see in this trial today with Sarah Boone? Thanks again for everyone for coming in here. Let me see who is hanging out right now real quick in the old chatski here. Kai's in here. Queen Olive coming in. Appreciate it. Let me start this out with some bells. Let's just start this out properly before we forget. With the bells, Miss Dina coming through. What is up? Shayna, what is up? It is indeed time. P. Fox, welcome in. Appreciate it. Millie, yes, you're in for it. Yeah, we're going to start with the DV stuff. I don't have time to go over every single bit of it, so we're going to kind of start there and play it by ear. Pokemon Shelly's in here. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Jerry Wayne coming in here as well. RIP George. And yeah, even after everything we've seen with the domestic violence stuff kind of being brought in, I'm going to show two tweets actually. Right here, I said, these two were codependent on each other. There was a history of domestic violence between both parties. They shouldn't have been together, much less living together. And it seems the entire relationship was based on circumstance. Neither one of them had jobs. Sarah Boone, as we found out, was being basically made to move out of her ex-husband's house. He was getting tired of her still being there. So she gets with Jorge Torres, and they both, the way to my understanding, mutually decide to get this apartment together. Again, both presumably being alcoholics, not a good fit. Honestly, think it was only a matter of time before something happened with these people. Honestly, either freaking way. The drinking just fueled their days of doing nothing but getting wasted. They clearly hated each other, but felt stuck, and I believe that as well. One thing that is 100% true, though, is only one of these people are dead now, and there's documented proof of how that person died. And even after everything that I said today, I personally think the possibility, let me fix this real quick, get that in here. I personally think that could sway the jurors, what we saw the domestic violence thing. Totally could. But I go a step further, and I honestly think that she should be charged with first-degree murder. I think that this was premeditated. Okay? I think she knocked George out, put him in the suitcase, presumably upstairs, threw that thing down the stairs, and then beat him a little bit more down after he had already come downstairs into the living room area in the side of the suitcase after he was pushed down there. And then the videos were made and literally tortured to death by Sarah Boone. That's what I actually think. Okay, so when I do kind of go into what maybe potentially the jury would think because of what we're seeing, it doesn't necessarily mean that's my hardcore opinion, but I think this could affect what we see here and potentially get her out of second-degree murder. I've seen crazier shit in true crime. But yeah, we're about to dive right in here, folks. Again, everyone coming through. Appreciate it. Let me see. What all is in here real quick? Alan Miller, what's up? I saw that you was on there hanging out. Damn, I had to watch a bad stream today. There was no sense of humor. I was booed out of the damn chat. And anybody that's in the true crime, this law tube weird sphere that we're all kind of hanging out in, you have to have a sense of humor within this. That's probably why you're here at Publicly Buzzed, quite honestly. People take a lot of this shit extra serious. I get it. It's serious shit that we talk about, but if you don't have a sense of humor, you're not going to make it. You have to have a sense of humor. And a dark sense of humor, usually, to kind of follow that up. Hi, Barry, what's up? The wheel is in play here tonight. We're going to be giving out 4 stickers this time. And I got some new stickers. I got the logo sticker ordered, so that is on the way, the pink and the pink logo. But the next one, ladies and gentlemen, will be for a duo of the Meowder Church stickers and 2 Murder Church stickers. And the way to get on the wheel, of course, is supers here in the old chat, whether you become a member or gift out memberships. As you can see up there, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all of that is wide open. I'll be checking it through the show. And yeah, new stickers are on the way, Holly Bear. I'm excited about those. So, oh no, Alan, welcome to the dark side. We know how to be serious but funny at the same time. That is the truth. Millie, I was thinking the same when they said she made him call his brother and was screaming about him choking her. And I even made this tweet after that. And again, allegedly, and I'm just assuming here when I'm talking about this. Let me see here. Real quick. I see Miss Dina's already going to start us out here. Gifting out a membership. Let's see who gets that. Forrest Nelson. Welcome in here, Forrest, who was just new to the party. And getting membered up. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Hold on. There was, when she had basically George calling his family, right? Calling his daughters. I was essentially asking, do you think, because I do think this is premeditated at this point. Was she basically saying, this is going to be your last fucking goodbye? You should give them a call. You should give them a call. Maybe you should give them a ring. That's probably what she was thinking. That's me just thinking out loud. Here we go. I said it right here. Was Sarah Boone encouraging George to make these calls to his family because she knew it would be the last time they would hear from him? I don't know. Miss Dina, thank you so much for getting this wheel started out. I'm going to get your name on there right now for the possibility of winning some dank-ass stickers. 4 stickers, a matter of fact. I ain't fucking around here tonight. And thank you very much. Gave you the welcome. And a little love to back that up with. Miss Dina, thank you so much. Real quick, before we do get started, this Friday night, Halloween movie marathon, folks. It's going to be, seeing if I've posted that. I think, right here. Boom. October 25th into the 26th, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Chris Stewart's coming on, Missy Mayhem, Jessica for Justice, and Dan will all be making appearances that night. 3 movies have already been picked, and I am going to give you the first one. It's going to be starting out with me, Dan, Chris Stewart, watching Candyman, the original. You are not going to want to miss this, folks. So, hell yeah. That is only on Kick. Let's jump in here, folks. Let's go. Opinions welcome in chat.
Let's show you defense exhibit for.
And this is the very beginning of basically them going into the domestic violence stuff, setting up the pictures that we're going to be seeing and the jury gets to see here.
Pete, these 2 photographs.
Documenting the abuse that Sarah suffered at the hands of George. Through Sarah Boone's perspective.
Those 2 pictures of your body.
Happy early birthday, Pammy.
Yes.
Did they show injuries to your body?
Yes.
Were those injuries caused by Jorge Torres?
Yes.
Are those photographs a fair and accurate depiction of the injuries you sustained at the hands of Jorge Torres?
On this occurrence, yes.
Do you remember this occurrence?
I don't. It was so often.
You don't remember a specific date,
I don't.
but you're sure that that's you?
Yes.
Is that the injuries that he... What's the injury to the rib cage?
I don't remember specifically. These may be the pictures. So, when we used to go over to his brother's house, one of his brothers and his...
Sustained.
Oh man, I remember being really scary.
Do you know what happened to... Did George cause these injuries?
Yes.
All right. Were y'all
So I had a very unique situation happen today with this. So, and I tweeted about this as well. So it's a perspective that I have in real time with a real person that I know. I'm watching this trial with somebody else. We have basically had the similar and same opinions through the entire thing. And this domestic violence testimony today by Sarah and the pictures did do something in her. She definitely kind of changed her tune a little bit. She thinks that it could sway this jury. I found that interesting, man. Like I don't know. I'm really intrigued to see. And I also feel like the state after the fact, like I don't know if they nailed the cross necessarily. And we still have so much more to go. And at the end of the fucking day, I actually believe this was premeditated and she killed him knowing that she was going to kill him. I've actually flipped my former opinion. I thought that it was more of a drunken blackout accident, honestly. But the more I've heard of this, the more bullshit I've seen come out of her mouth. And some of this TV stuff, absolutely, this is split with lies and truths. I believe they abused each other. Terrible situation. Should have not been in it. Both of them have domestic violence records even. But, again, only one person is dead with video proof, and that is going to stand strong within that jury's head also. So I've kind of flipped back and forth, and after hearing that person's opinion, I was kind of like, you know what, you make a good point, but I don't know. I still think that, I still think they're going to go.
Judge, I'd like to move this exhibit into evidence.
Okay.
What was pre-marked as P will be received into evidence without objection as Defense Exhibit 2.
I'm not sure I'm ever heard this.
Mr. Owens, may I get just a number, please? Thank you.
Mr. J, would you be so kind? Thank you.
And I need to ask permission to publish.
Yes, sir. You may do so.
This is Maxwell, Judge.
Looks like I think there's a wheel on the top where you can use to.
Bruises on her arm, showing off here.
Yes.
Are those injuries to your arm?
Yes.
Were they caused by Jorge Torres?
Yes.
And during the same incident?
I think this is a good point in general, even to the death of George, right? Crime under investigation. Sorry, people who have suffered from DV and an emotional response. Sarah showed no emotion. But not only to this, to just the mere... When she's talking about the death of George, and she literally says, I've never met anyone that connected with me on this level, talking about George as if he was her soulmate. But when she talks about George, even right after the death, immediately after the body cam footage, in the first interviews that we saw, till right now today, there's no emotion inside of Sarah Boone. And the only time she does sort of get emotional is when it's about herself and she realizes that she's fucked, that she is the one that's going to be suffering from this.
Is this you?
Yes.
Is that an injury or bruise to your ribcage area
Yes.
and your arm?
Yes.
For Bob Riggs, baby. Oh wait, yeah. No, that's coming up, Taryn. And anybody that hasn't seen that yet, which you probably have at this point, anyways. And I know a lot of folks were hanging out with Jay, and Jay went into it pretty thoroughly. But yeah, there's a steak knife sword fight that went down, and we do see the injury, which looks pretty fucking brutal. And apparently, George stabs Sarah. after wanting to fuck her on the steak dinner that she had made, of course.
Identification, defense identification Q. See if you recognize that photograph.
Yes.
Is that your thigh?
Yes.
Okay. You remember this incident?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury what happened?
I wanted to take my dogs for a walk and get off of the back porch.
Were y'all drinking?
Yes. And he was upset that I would rather go walk my dogs than sit there and continue to drink. So he slapped my thigh as hard as he possibly could and said that you're not going anywhere. And it was a good smack on my thigh.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the wound that you suffered as a result of George Torres slapping you on the thigh?
Yes.
Judge, I'd like to offer Q in evidence.
No objection.
What was pre-marked as Q will be received into evidence without objection as defense 3. You may, sir.
And for the jury's sake, is this the photograph you just mentioned?
Yes.
I'm going to show you identification, defense identification S. See if you recognize that photograph.
I do.
Is that your hand?
Yes.
Is that your blood on your hand?
Yes, it is.
Is that you standing, looks like in a room with flip-flops?
This is in the kitchen at...
Jay just now raided this chat. What's up, dude? Thank you for coming in here and sending folks in. Fuck yeah, Jay. Appreciate it, brother.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hell yeah.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
What? We ain't messing around. Y'all know that.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
And just because everyone just got here, specifically for Sarah Boone, this quote never worked better.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it.
Brian's house.
Okay, what happened there?
So George was...
Dr. Peppers,
And,
Mad Dog 2020, and suitcases
I
in the
wanted to
chat.
leave, and he's notorious for taking my car keys and putting them around his neck and my phone in his crotch area and telling me to come get them. And I really wanted to leave because of how drunk, and I knew the escalation of his anger. I didn't want to be there when it was at its peak. So I tried to take my keys from around him because he kept taunting me to take my keys, come get your keys. And so I attempted to go and get my keys. And so he ended up getting a butcher knife. And I had an opportunity to call Brian to come and help me, to please come pick me up, to come get me. And of course, he brings my son with him. And so I'm in the parking lot asking Brian to please help me get my car keys away from him, and there's neighbors, and it's a scene at this point. And George comes to the doorway of my townhome wielding the butcher knife, saying that, do I curse?
Yeah.
That no one's going to take her fucking keys, no one's going to fucking come into this house, and he's waving the butcher knife. And I walked up to him, and I just wanted to leave. And my little son, who was, I believe, 7 or 8 at the time, is screaming, give mommy her keys, give mommy her keys, let her leave. Brian was even trying to negotiate with him, saying, please, you know she'll come back, just let her leave.
Everyone just randomly coming in here real quick. Friday night, only on Kick, just to promote this one more time. Halloween movie marathon night. Going to be playing movies all night long from 9 p.m. till the morning time. October 25th, Friday night into Saturday morning, only on kick.com/publicly buzzed. And make sure you're subbed up if you are not. Jay, thank you so much for sending these folks in. Appreciate it.
So I went up to try and take the keys from him, and he was pulling on them, and I ended up pulling harder. And he pulled them back again to try to pull me in the house, and I pulled them even harder, and it ripped my finger. And I, at one point, I had lost the fingernail, and the tip of my pinky was severely gashed.
Well, Judge, I'd like to offer this to the evidence.
Okay. What was it pre-marked as, Counselor?
Just like S, but not accordingly.
What was pre-marked as defense S will be received into evidence without objection as defense 4.
Ms. Boone, for the jury's sake, is this the picture you're referring to?
Nom, 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 nom. Should have stayed up them Dr. Peppers,
I
boy.
believe so, yes.
Now I'm showing you a composite identification L, 2 photographs. Can you look at those photographs and tell the jury what they are?
I wanted to eat, and while he was drinking, went and made myself, as quickly as I possibly could, a microwave bowl of, I believe it was broccoli and cheddar soup, and I didn't get it out enough
What the
time,
shirtless
and he
dad?
came up behind me and he slapped it out of my hand, and it was a 2nd-degree burn. I went to the hospital for it.
Are those fair and accurate depictions of the injury with the burn to your thigh?
Yes.
We'd like to offer identification L in evidence.
No objection. What was pre-marked as L will be received into evidence without objection as defense 5.
Permission.
Yes, sir.
You had to go to the hospital as a result of these injuries to your thigh?
Yes. It was extremely painful.
Is that a depiction of the burn?
The stab wound does look pretty nasty. And the black eye looks crazy.
Is that your thigh?
It's my thigh, yes.
And your knee?
Yes.
Getting in here.
All right, I'm showing you composite exhibit for identification K, 4 photographs. Did you look at those, all 4, before commenting? This is a longer story, isn't it? Go ahead and tell them.
So, George stabbed me in my leg. I almost bled to death.
All right, well, let's go back and explain what led up to that.
I thought it would be nice to cook a nice steak dinner. We don't
Here we go.
have 2 nickels
Steak
rubbed
dinner
together,
story.
so I thought it would be special to make a steak dinner and baked potato and go above the normal whatever's left over in the refrigerator. And so I spent a lot of time doing that, and
Jay made a good point on this, too.
George is drinking the entire time.
Like, who's this poor, her own quote, don't have 2 nickels to rub together and is presenting a steak dinner.
And on the back porch.
You were drinking as well, were you not?
I was drinking. He was on the back
Poor
porch
taters.
while I was in the house and I was cooking. And it was one of those where maybe if I start making dinner now, it will be over at a particular time and we can go to bed at a reasonable time. And I even put it in the bedroom and had a movie set up for us to watch. So it would just kind of be dinner in bed. And then he came upstairs and saw that I had made the steak dinner, and I don't know how to describe how drunk he was, but it definitely was not George. And had him come lay on the bed, sit on the bed, and put the I got the dogs out, and I presented him with the steak dinner and sat down and was getting ready to start playing the movie, and he starts being very rude and cursing the steak and
This damn fucking
finding fault
steak.
with it. And then, I'm having to encourage him to eat. If you want me to cut it up for you, I will cut it up for you. Did you want some more sour cream for your potato? What can I do?
The way she talks about him in so much like he's a child, just always trying to figure out something for me and him to do, or keep him preoccupied, or keep him busy. Maybe that goes to the domestic violence thing, really. I mean, she's always trying to keep him doing something, but you present this guy with a steak dinner and he's like, well, I got a sound effect for that. Hold on.
Happier. And then he started to pull on me and kept saying that I just want to fuck you on the steak and fuck you on the potatoes. And I took offense to that, and I kept trying to encourage him to eat. I started to eat.
Is this just him really drunk and saying nonsense?
I don't know why he was so angry that day. I don't know if it's because I got steak. I don't know. Most of the time I don't know the reason why. So
that's the truth. There we go. There's a truth of a woman.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Most of the time I don't know why I do anything.
So I started to crawl off of the bed to leave, just the bedroom. And he told me again that I'm not going anywhere, and
Have you hit that like yet,
stabbed me
folks?
in my leg, and it crunched. You could hear a noise that it made, and blood just started to come out of my leg, just like a fountain. So I got off of the bed. He's starting to freak out, and grabbed me a towel. I got a wet towel, and I'm sitting here holding the towel, and it's increasingly becoming even more and more saturated by the minute. It's just minutes. So I'm going through towels and towels, and I said, George, I think I need to go to the hospital. This is not stopping to bleed. This is serious. And he got on his knees and begged me, please don't call the police. Please don't call the police. Please don't call the police. And inevitably, he went and got my car keys and put them around his neck again, and my cell phone. So I was not able to call anyone, and I wasn't able to
Oh yeah, Natalie,
leave in my
appreciate that.
car. So
It's always fun to
I
watch
figured
with the crew.
I would just go downstairs.
Buzz
I'm
Nation,
just going to
baby.
go downstairs, and
here.
I had propped my foot up on the glass table that we had, and blood is just everywhere. Blood is everywhere. I can't keep up with the amount of blood, and I'm starting to feel very weak and really weird. And he comes downstairs and he's still begging me, please don't call 911, please don't call 911. I kept telling him, there's something, this is serious, this is something. Because he knew that he would probably get arrested or something bad would happen to him. So I couldn't take him anymore. He was just all over me, and just, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding very badly, and he's having me try to console him. And I kept telling him, please, I need to call 911, please. And I said, okay, just give me a moment. And I crawled upstairs to my son's bathroom, which is the furthest bathroom away from everything. And I remember holding onto the sink, and I looked into the mirror, and my lips were blue. And I knew I needed help. I needed help. And he came upstairs looking frantic for me, calling my name, and then I turned to him and I said, please, I'm going to die. I've lost a lot of blood. There's something.
Oh, Pammy coming through with a $1.99. She's trying to get some of these Murder Church stickers, guys. Hell yeah. 2 of these stickers and 2 Meowder Church stickers. Going to be given away at the end of a 12-name wheel. $1.99. Thank you so much, Pammy. I appreciate the shit out of that. You know that. Deja Vu coming through with a $4.99 for them stickers. Let's go. You know we're hanging and banging, baby.
This is gun country.
Fuck yeah.
Wrong, my lips are blue. Please, we don't have to call an ambulance. If you could just take me, I'll drive whatever I can do, please, to go to the hospital for this. And he said that before anything happens, I had to concoct a story in
Listen to
order
this.
for him to not be arrested or be in trouble when
Hold
we
on.
did inevitably get to the hospital. So I'm sitting there with
Did you
this
see her
blood
eyes?
soaked-
Who remembers that look?
inevitably get to the hospital.
Watch this. Her eyes. Right here. Who remembers that look in the initial body cam footage when the policewoman first got there and she keeps trying to calm her down. She keeps asking for Dr. Peppers, for cigarettes, freaking out. And she has these random frantic moments. All right, she's fine. Just her eyes go crazy, wide open. Well, listen to this story.
So I'm sitting there with this blood-soaked towel with blue lips, trying to come up with a story of what I can tell them when I go down there so he's not in trouble, and telling him that it's okay. And I came up with the story of that we were sword fighting silly after drinking with our steak knives, and he accidentally punctured my leg. And
all right. Ching, 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 ching. What are we doing here? Ching, ching, ching. Imagine the doctor hearing this. Imagine the doctor, she walks in. Yeah, we were just horseplaying, just playing around a little bit. We both had steak knives and we decided to sword fight. And then he got a little carried away and then punctured my leg with the sword. What the actual fuck? Again, though, that level of lie that she just popped out there, right? Where else do we know that level of lie coming from? Initially, once that horrible day comes, she's concocting this story, and she's not very good at lying on the spot, clearly.
from there,
How did you get to the hospital?
I think she does so well during the domestic violence portion because there's so much truth interlaced. I believe they were both abusive towards each other. So some of these stories probably have lots of truth that mixed in. But when she's really lying, you can kind of tell. And earlier on, when she was lying just like a faucet, like water coming out of a faucet, her eyes were just fluttering, going crazy. Holly Berry with $5. Give me the loot. I got you, Holly Berry. Not only does she get the loot,
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
she's also got her own theme. Boom, $5 trying to get them stickers. Thank you, Holly.
originally he told me to drive, and because of the amount of alcohol
Appreciate
he
that.
drank, and it was, I couldn't. So he got into the driver's seat and drove me, and the entire time he's barking at me to make sure that I get the story straight. We're sword fighting, okay? We were drunk,
Did you go
being
to the
silly.
emergency room?
Yes,
All right, and did you get treated there?
yes.
Dude, that's what I noticed.
I was bloody, and
All right, let me show you the photograph. Can I show you these? All right, is this a fair and accurate depiction of the injury to your leg?
yes, I had to go to 2 different hospitals for it.
And you lied to medical personnel about how this happened?
Yes, they brought in sheriffs and everything.
Was it consistent with, they brought in sheriffs? Did you have to answer to the law enforcement officer?
Yes,
Did you stick with the story that you and George had agreed?
I did.
Judge, I'd like to offer this composite exhibit.
Totally.
What was pre-marked as
On
K
this-
will be received into evidence without objection as Defendant 6. You may publish, sir.
Thank you. And is this you at the hospital?
Yes.
Julie, make sure you document this before when I kill you, I have a great story to tell. I think she killed him. I think she planned to kill him. I don't even think that's the main theory anybody wants to talk about.
Yes.
I think she planned to kill
Is this
him.
a close-up of the stab wound?
It's horrible. It's a vicious
And is that-
looking wound.
Did you hurt your foot?
No, due to the injury, I had other problems with the surgery.
Okay.
That's true too.
But you eventually recovered?
Probably why bruises wasn't healing up, right?
Eventually, yes.
Do you have a scar to that effect?
Damn, Taryn thinks she stabbed herself.
Judge, can you step down and show me?
Mr. J? Okay. You may. There's a lock,
Dude,
sir.
I think she.
Out.
All right, I don't know how best to do this, Judge, because we've got this bar.
We have a little bit of a. Oh yeah, they're showing the actual room to the jury here. It's the first time a man has touched hair in many years.
Recognize that photograph? Looks like you got an injury to your lip and to your face.
That story don't float. It's not. No matter what happens here, you know, you can even have sympathy. There's sympathy to be had here, right? But like at the end of the day, you can't get past what is right in front of your face. What is known, the video, the evidence that she recorded herself, her own admission of and lies that don't even go together, and a new narrative, and I don't know, man. Like,
have y'all been drinking?
I'm sure. I know that he had been drinking. This is one of the instances where I would go upstairs to try to go to sleep. And
But y'all drank together a lot, did you not?
Sometimes, yes.
But there were times where he wanted to stay up
Always
and continue
silly
to drink,
games.
and you wanted to go to bed.
Many times, yes.
You were done, he was not.
Correct.
Was that one of these times?
Yes.
So tell us what happened.
I'm sleeping in the bed, sound asleep, and he comes into the room and grabs me by my hair a lot of the times, and from here he scratched me from trying to grab me, and then grabbed my hair and pulled me off of the bed, and then raked my face across the carpet. These are carpet burns.
To your lips?
Yes.
What about to the, looks like the eyebrow area?
That's from where
I will say this about James Owens. I've been giving him hell, as everybody knows, but I thought today he showed that he's actually a pretty good defense attorney. He's working with what he's got here. Do I agree with what he's allowing to happen at the end of the day? Because I think that it's ethically and morally probably wrong for him to be in this position, let's be honest, knowing what's happened here because of the video, because of what we actually know. If the video didn't exist, it'd be maybe even a different story. It'd be ultimately just he said, she said, but that's not what we have here. So, but I do think James Owens is a pretty, honestly, from today, I think he showed that he's a pretty good attorney. Like, I ain't going to hate on him like that. But at the same time, morally and ethically, come on, dude. Like, that goes back to why a lot of people don't like defense attorneys right there. Like, but you see the argument of she needs the representation. That's true. She does need representation, and I want her to have representation, but it does change it just a little bit with that defense is willing to bend over backwards to any story or narrative that is out there. So,
grabbing me, scratched me.
makes me feel a certain type of way.
By my hair.
Why was he mad at you?
Because I wasn't downstairs with him
He wanted you to be drinking with him?
all the time.
All right, I'd like to introduce identification.
Loves a downplay or drinking.
What was pre-marked as T will be received into evidence
I
without
grew up
objection.
in an alcoholic household, so I kind of get that to an extent, because when folks that are really alcoholics, like people that drink, don't really give a shit that they drink, and they don't care who else knows that they drink. Real alcoholics don't want other folks to know that they're having a drink, or don't want them to know that they're getting into, right? And they're going to downplay the fuck. I wasn't drunk. I don't drink. I had a beer or two. It's never just a beer or two with these types of folks.
It's Defense Exhibit 7.
Oh, permission, Paul.
You may, sir.
All right, you see the injury between the eyes and the injury to the lip?
Yes.
For sex?
As you described?
Do you prefer A1 or Heinz 57 for sex? If you're gonna.
Yes, and then the blood going down my eye, yes.
I'm sorry, sax. She's gonna have a little sax.
One would have been marked as exhibit for identification, or defense exhibit. You for identification?
Yes,
Can you describe that photograph?
I can.
Go ahead.
This was the first time that I ever called 911. George and I had gone to a bar across the street within walking distance, and at some point I asked a guy, or he asked me, somehow or another it was over a cigarette, and he left, and I didn't know where he went, and the bartender said, oh, he left. He took your car and he left. So,
Why would he do that?
well, I found out when I got home, it was because I spoke to another man. And so I paid the tab, and I walked home, and he's sitting on the back porch with the handle of vodka, and I was walking on eggshells and terrified and kind of treaded lightly when I came in, and he acted all natural and fine. So I didn't know the reason why that he had just gotten up and left with my car. So then he calls me a whore, and then he calls me a slut, and then he calls me a cunt, and gets up and pushes me. And he pushed me with both of his hands so hard that we have this little area where our washer and dryer is, and there are metal doors that are on it. And he pushed me into the metal door. And then I fell back, and he got his knees on top of me, on my arms here, so I was pinned down, and was starting to strangle me and hit my head up against the metal closet over and over and over and over and over it again, and calling me a fucking whore, and you're such a slut, and fuck you, and everything. And my tongue was flopping out of my mouth, and I thought I was going to bite my tongue off, and because of the amount of noise I guess my head was making on the metal door, he slid me down and got back on me, and then started to strangle me again. And it was on, we have carpet, but it's like concrete, and I was able to get my arms out from underneath and grab his throat and get him off of me. So I got him off of me, and I pushed him off, and he came up and he goes, "You fucking bitch," and he stomped my face. And the next thing I know, I woke up.
So this is the black eye.
Obviously blacked out. I'm obviously, I guess.
Like, I believe these stories.
And,
I don't disbelieve a lot of this. Like,
he was passed out on
I
the
don't know
floor.
if they're completely
And I woke
accurate,
up
but I do believe that there
frantic,
was
looking for my phone,
abuse
and
between both
I
parties.
immediately called 911.
Okay. The police arrived on that incident?
Yes, they did.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the injury you sustained as a result of him kicking you?
Stomping, yes.
It was a stomp?
Stomp.
With his
All I
heel?
saw was his heel.
This is, we'd ask that this be identified.
Thank you for hanging out, Deja Vu. I appreciate it. And
What was
commenting on my
pre-marked as
stuff.
you will be received
on X.
without objection is defense 8.
You guys are awesome. Yeah, it's pretty normally black eye.
Was that the next day, or is that a few days later?
That's a couple of days later.
And that's the bruising from the kicking of the eye?
Yes.
Now, the police were called, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go through these others. I'm showing you identification V, defense. Do you recognize that? You have to see that.
Yes.
Can you identify that picture?
Yes.
Is that your leg?
Yes.
Yo, Tina.
And is that was like the
Oh,
injury to
Casper?
your knee?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of the injury you sustained to your knee?
Yes.
Boy,
Do you remember how that happened?
Yes.
that's how you really tell, I think, is the blinking.
I was
she's
trying
lying.
to get off of the back porch, and he grabbed me and pushed me, and it was a rock or a really sharp piece of mold from him grabbing me and pushing me onto the ground, and I guess I just happened to hit my knee just right on whatever it was.
Were y'all drinking?
Yes.
Why did he push you?
Because I wanted to get off of the back porch.
And he wanted to stay out there?
Yes.
He wanted you to be with him? What's the deal with him wanting to be with you all the time?
Insecurity, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Did you do your best to please him?
That's the truth at the end of the day now, right?
And then some, yes.
We only have one side. And
All right, I'd like to introduce in evidence identification date.
Okay.
What was pre-marked as V will be received into evidence without objection as defense 9.
Now, Ms. Boone, were you treated for this?
like I'm in a
or
weird
did
spot
you-
because I think one thing, like I think premeditated murdered this man, but also I think that what's happening right now with this testimony could potentially have some weight on the jury, man. We still have a lot left, and there's still more witnesses to come from the defense side. Even, you know, the state rested today, but I've seen crazy stuff happen in trials, right? I think she should be like the one she gets, not the person to ask.
Show the jury now.
No.
I'm gonna be
that was
honest.
Just, I got the first aid kit that I had for my son, and I just cleaned it up.
What?
I said I got
That's
the
like right in the shin.
first aid kit that I had for my son, and I just cleaned it up
Mistake that makes you think that it was pretty deep.
and put a Band-Aid on it.
Ask about the wheel, Casper. Yes, the wheel is a physical wheel that I actually have in my studio here. Once we fill up this thing with 12 names, we've already started everybody rocking and rolling here tonight. We give out a little something. Sometimes it's a shirt, sometimes it's a coffee cup, sometimes it's a hat, sometimes it's a who knows, sometimes it's some stickers. Right now, tonight, we're giving out 2 Murder Church stickers and 2 Meowder Church stickers. And I've got some more stickers on the way as well, so we can start rocking those things. But yeah, anything, and the way to get on the wheel is donations. Any way that you want to do it, whether that's supers, memberships, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that up there. That's how you get on the wheel, and there's no limit to getting on the wheel, folks. So, hell yeah.
Identification W. Defense identification.
Glad you asked,
recognize that photograph. What is that photograph of?
That's
This
true.
is a photograph of my arm.
And is that a fair and accurate
There we go.
depiction of
Donald's
your arm
wondering too.
with some type of injury?
Yes,
Do you remember this event?
multiple times, yes.
Well, I'm talking about this isolated event where this photograph was taken, the injury you sustained.
Yep,
Who injured your arm?
Jorge Torres.
Do you remember this event?
Yes.
Did you tell the jury about it?
This was one of the instances where I would try to pull away from him, and I don't know how my arm started to do this, but from him,
shit, hold on.
him pulling from.
Actually, I think I missed a little something here. I did. 5 memberships got gifted out by Holly Berry. Damn, I missed that, Holly. God dang, girl. She come in here not messing around. I can't even go back up to see who all got gifted memberships. Fuck. Damn. Well, oh no, I'm an idiot. I had my stuff. No, they're right here. Boom. Hell yeah. JD, get in here. Smirky, get in here. Kaya, get in here. KDP, get in here. TTJO/Tracy, get in here. Robin Berry, get in here. Fuck yeah. I'm talking about.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Beers in the chat. Probably nothing's in the chat. Dr. Pepper's in the chat. Mad Dog 2020's in the chat. Suitcases in the chat. Fuck yeah. Welcome to the party, everybody. New members, go and check out videos. Always dropping some really cool stuff. Also, Holly Berry getting on that wheel one more time.
From this way, how hard he would pull, with me trying to struggle to get
Thank
away
you,
from
Holly.
him.
Appreciate that.
It would leave these bloody under the skin
7 more to a
splotches.
wheel.
So he wouldn't hit you sometimes, he would just grab you and pull you.
Yes, from me trying to pull away from him. That's the point of it doing this, from me pulling away from him.
Now, this is one of the many times y'all were both intoxicated.
I mean, I can't say for sure that, yes, but whenever it would happen, yes, we would be drinking.
Identification W in evidence.
What was pre-marked as W will be
Nation
received into
showing
evidence
out.
without objection as Defense Exhibit 10.
Fuck yeah. Laura has been hanging in the Buzz Nation for 17 months. That's a long fucking time. Your live tweeting is keeping me up to date at work. Fuck yeah, Laura. Anybody that's not following me on X, on Twitter, you need to be doing so. I have been live tweeting this thoroughly. Okay, let me just go ahead and post that right here in the chat. Boom. Updates all day long on Sarah Boone trial. Again, the most anticipated publicly buzzed trial overall
You may, sir.
was this one.
All right, it doesn't look like a wound or anything.
Objection to commentary. Sustained.
Show me. I'm sorry, tell me, you said it's just from the grip, him losing his grip?
Yes, it would be from me pulling away from him, and whatever under the skin it was that it was disturbed from the amount of pressure of him holding and then pulling from me would create those on my arms.
Okay.
Kayla.
Going to show you Defense Exhibit X for identification.
Yes.
And what is that a picture of?
This is a picture of my ear, side of my head.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction
Yes.
of the injury you sustained by Jorge Torres?
Yes.
Do you remember this event?
Yes.
Were you drinking?
I at the time was not very young.
On this event, you had not consumed any alcohol.
Donna Barkley.
I may have
$9.99.
earlier.
Put me on the wheel. I got
I was
you.
in the bed trying to sleep.
Oh yeah, Donna. Donna, I appreciate that.
Downstairs drinking.
All right, and so
Fuck yeah. Donna, let me show you a little love real quick, huh? Give me a little love real quick. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay.
you were wanting to go to bed, and he wanted you to.
Oh shit, we're still not done. Coming through the Cash App real quick. Shayna Von Den Bloomer. Hell yeah. Holy shit. Shayna coming through with the $10. Or wait, $2 for the wheel, please. Fuck yeah, Shayna. Let's go.
Down there with it?
Fuck yeah.
Yes,
That is
I was in
awesome.
bed.
It's on there.
All right, tell the jury what happened. on this
Good luck
event.
on the
I believe
stickers.
this was the instant where I was in the bed and
Boom.
I used to barricade the door with our dresser.
Why didn't you just lock it?
All of the locks were broken in my house.
Why?
They were from George taking them in, including my son's. At one point I could seek refuge in my son's room, but he broke that one as well.
What? Tell me.
Oh shit, Greenie's hiding back there. Fuck yeah, Greenie, what's going on? Hiding and lurking in back there in the chat. Cat Crow coming through with a membership for Greenie. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. Fuck yeah, we're building this thing up quick. I need to count these out here. Damn, and Greenie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hopefully, coming into the party and ready to go.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hanging, banging. Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Explain how that
Hell
happens.
yeah. Y'all are too kind.
Tell the jury. We can't read your mind.
4 names away, baby.
George wants me.
4 names
which
away.
He's told me numerous times that I am to be with him at all times, and doesn't like to be apart from me or away from me. So, whenever it was even just to go to the bathroom, sometimes he would go with me. And you have to understand, I have a 2-story, 900 square foot townhome, so there's not many places to go. So it just happened to be that it would be upstairs or downstairs, or I'd be in a particular room or not. So, inevitably.
Did you want some time away?
Yes, I did. Even if it were just him upstairs or me downstairs or vice versa. So I rarely got to sleep. This was one of the instances
not a
because
cat.
I had barricaded the door.
Might be one of the
with
funniest things that's
our,
ever happened.
I don't know, 200-pound dresser that we had.
Well,
And
I'm
then,
not a cat thing from
I had
COVID.
my nightstand barricaded up against the bed, to where it was even more difficult from the prior times of him breaking in. And he would, I don't know how he would ever do it, but he would get himself in through the crack of the door that he would be able to wedge the dresser and the nightstand. And he pulled me out of the bed and told me I was going to die. And I believe it's this incident, and punched me, and
Punched you in the side of the head?
yes, in
Was
my
it-
temple and everything.
Was it an open fist or a closed fist, or do you know?
It was fully closed.
Would like identification X introduced in evidence?
What was pre-marked as X will be received without objection as Defense Exhibit 11.
Part I'm showing you this exhibit. That's you.
I am not a cat. That one doesn't even look like her. Like, it's crazy.
Did you get any treatment for that? Medical treatment?
I know the police came, but I don't remember. I remember it hurt for a good solid 2 weeks
Mallory.
after that.
Glad you
One of the
remember.
incidents where the police were called?
Yes.
Now, do you recognize this photograph, which is identification Y?
Yes.
Was that the date of the incident? The date of this event?
No, it happened prior. I mean, but this picture that was taken of the...
This picture was taken, would have been taken February 24th of 2020?
Yeah, Pokemon, I'm trying to temper my reactions based on what the jury is seeing. Juries are not easy to predict. Yeah, a lot of what I'm doing in real time right now is like you've got to take yourself out of, like, at least personally for me, because I'm all the way fucking in, and I think something that no one basically thinks. I think that this was predetermined and she actually fucking murdered this man in cold blood. But I'm also trying to take myself out of the scenario and the situation and kind of think what a jury would be seeing and what they would be maybe thinking in this instance with what they're seeing right in front of their face, and the person face to face, me to you, telling that story. There is a disconnect that happens with television and the internet, 100%. Like, juries have done some wild things.
Yes.
And do you recognize that as your... Close up.
Yvonne, I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of how your face looked on February 23rd of 2020?
Yes.
What's the significance of this picture?
Again, because I was sleeping, George was upset with me and came in with a metal curtain rod and bent it and snapped it in half and then crunched me in the forehead with it. And it started to beat the furniture that was in the bedroom. This is probably a good month before or after it had happened, before I really do believe that I should have gotten stitches, but I was not allowed to go to the hospital.
Judge, I'd like identification Y introduced into evidence.
It was a gash.
What was pre-marked as Y will be received into evidence without objection as defense 12.
Is that the same curtain rod that you mentioned in the 2-hour interrogation video?
Which they didn't take, yes.
This was photographs that were taken, I guess it would have been the crime scene? Was it the crime scene investigator that came out and took photographs?
I don't remember who it was, but yes, someone did on the day of the incident.
Was it different from the extraction, the phone extraction expert? Was it somebody different?
I think.
But isn't this wound right here?
Yes, and remember, that's a month later.
Hell yeah, Shelly. That's what I'm talking about. Spreading the word on the street. You got boots on the ground. Street team out here. Probably both street team.
Which is identification R.
And that's the truth, too.
Yes.
All right, and what is
He
that?
is a liar. Let's be real.
I believe it's from holding the baseball bat, and
Is that an injury to your hand?
it's a bruise.
Was that taken February 23rd, 2020, when the investigators came out?
February 24th, I believe.
February 24th? Okay. I'd like to introduce identification law to the evidence.
What was pre-marked as defense R will be received into evidence without objection as defense 13. Yes, sir.
This is not a great photograph, copy of the copy. But February 24th of 2020, is that what you were wearing? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. And there's some discoloration up here of your palm. You see that?
I do.
Is that from you jabbing him with a baseball bat?
Sustained.
Do you know how you suffered that injury?
I believe it's from holding the baseball bat.
When you poked him with it?
Yes, trying to get his hand back in.
I'm showing you defense identification N. Just like 5 photographs.
Love to see
Look at
that.
those. See if you recognize them. Let's continue now.
Yes.
And are those fair and accurate depictions
Yes.
as a composite of the events that occurred in relation to Jorge Torres and your TV?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Are those stills of a videotape that you took?
Yes.
And is that videotape, was it on your phone?
Yes.
That's where I'm at, Laura.
So when law enforcement
I actually think he handled this
seized
pretty
the phone,
good.
they
Like,
had access
you
to
know,
this
whatever your
video?
opinion is.
I believe so, yes.
And tell me about it.
Did change my opinion
Lucas
about him today,
likes
honestly.
to watch cartoons and play video games on
Not
the big
completely,
screen.
from what
which
I said
is-
earlier. I
This
still
is the
think
big
that,
screen, and
some issues, but
I would have to call Brian to come over sometimes to help me figure out the Fire Stick and whatever.
hey, I'm going to get into a brewski. We're going to keep rolling here for a little while.
Whatever
and,
it was
be
that
right
Lucas
back.
was trying to view.
Thanks
his,
everyone for hanging out.
shows and video games on.
Let's keep rolling a little while
And I
here.
don't remember how George found out that Brian had come over. I believe because it was actually fixed and he knew that I didn't know how to do it.
Dude, I know. It's the same vibe.
Found out that Brian had come over to fix it.
As soon as she said that live, I was like,
and
what the
Was he
fuck?
jealous of Brian?
I don't know if he was jealous of Brian. I think that he had a fear that I somehow would go back to Brian. So I think by Brian helping me with things for Lucas, he just didn't want him to be interacting with me at all.
So Lucas wasn't over here this day, was he?
No.
Brian wasn't over here this day.
He may have been, I can't remember when he actually fixed the television for Lucas.
But y'all were drinking this day.
I know he was for a fact, yes.
Chances are you were.
Probably so, yes.
Okay.
I would agree.
So how did it end up badly?
He accused me of sucking Brian's dick and told me that he was going to break my face with the bat and that he was going to make me unrecognizable to my son with the bat. And then told me that he's going to destroy my fucking television and then I was going to remove it from the apartment. And if I didn't, I was going to be, again, unrecognizable to my son.
So did he grab the bat?
Absolutely. He already had that in his hand, and he told me that I had to videotape it.
Did you videotape it voluntarily? All right, but there is a video, but I'm going to go ahead and ask Judge if I could introduce this identification of these 5 photographs into evidence.
Okay.
Was it O or N?
Back, baby.
I have O being a composite for 5 photos, and not having a single photo.
Back,
We're
baby.
moving in O. Okay. All right. What's pre-marked as O will be received into evidence without objection as defense 14.
These are some stills from the video. This was George that particular day holding the bat.
Yes, telling me that I'm going to
Looks like Sarah was like, "Hey, point the bat at me. I'm going to take a picture again." Is she planning this shit? I'm just
television out once. He destroys it.
He wanted you to take the television out?
That or I was going to help him, but either way I was taking it apart and removing it.
And what is this picture of?
The process of him destroying my television.
I think so.
While you're videotaping.
You got the testimony from both the neighbors, hearing something loud come down them steps.
Is that the result?
About that time
No.
frame.
After that, he ripped it off of the TV stand.
Did you later pass out?
Yep, like he usually does.
What's he drinking then?
I don't know. Vodka and something, I'm sure.
I'm showing you identification N. Did you recognize that?
It's my living room in the stairwell.
Or were those, was that a photograph taken
Viv in the
by a crime
house.
scene?
What's up, Viv?
Correct.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of your living room and stairwell?
Yes.
And I'm going to try to introduce this as identification 9 as an exhibit.
No, it's pre-marked as M, correct?
It's got N.
N, I apologize. What was pre-marked as N will be received into evidence without objection as defendants 15.
So we get a little problem, nothing in us, huh?
Can you tell us a little bit about this room?
This is my living room. This wall that we have over here with the hearts, that's where we would display all of our artwork. We were in the process of taking it down to add more, so he could continue to be entertained. The bookshelf over here is my son's bookshelf with all of his toys and little guns. And
A TV would have done this couple
musical
wonders.
instruments.
Brian, why didn't you
Over
buy
here,
them a
machine gun
fucking
here,
TV?
his guitar. The stand right here with the red bucket on it, that was the television stand. And then my back porch area and the dog bed here.
Okay. And it looks like in front of the bookshelf at the foot of the stairs is...
Apparently they had a broken TV.
It's a baby gate, but my
Maybe
dogs
explains the
would
puzzles and the
wander
art and
upstairs
boredom.
sometimes and go to the bathroom sometimes when we couldn't get them out. So I would, at nighttime, or whenever we weren't home, make sure that they didn't go upstairs. And plus Penny was blind.
There's an allegation that you pushed George down the stairs?
Literally talks about him
Apparently.
like a kid.
Or got him in the suitcase upstairs and pushed him down the stairs?
Supposedly.
Did that occur?
Absolutely not.
Is that bookshelf disturbed in any way?
No, nor the plant next to it.
Before that, I have no clue besides a former television star from Nickelodeon's Nick Arcade.
I'm showing you composite, 2 photographs, identification M. Did you look at those 2 and see if you recognize them?
Yes, this is me sitting on the back porch with my dogs. And as you can see that we are both drinking.
All right, who's taking the picture?
I'm guessing George is, or maybe it's one that Lucas, no, Lucas wasn't over here, so it had to be George.
How can you tell y'all are drinking?
Because there's a cup here and then he has...
Nick
a beer.
Arcade, JD.
All right. And there's 2 dogs. There's one sitting next to you. Who's that?
That's Penny. She's the blind dog.
Yeah, I've got the video up on my YouTube channel.
I used to have to pick her up to put her somewhere So she would stay there because she was unfamiliar with the area, especially since we moved from my marital home to the townhome. So most of the time Penny would be close or next to me.
Who's next to the fence?
This is little guard dog Tess. She was the deaf dog. And this is the fence here.
Shit, Miss Dina giving out a membership. We got a new name getting that thing. Naughty Alchemist grabbing one up.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Get in here, Naughty. Love to see a new name.
Hold up! Hold up! Hold up!
Not messing around.
Respect my house.
Hell yeah, Miss Dina getting on that wheel.
Okay. But this is Tess, and then this is deaf, blind.
Beers in the chat.
Penny and Tess.
Mad Dog 20 in the chat.
The second one.
Dr. Pepper's
This
in the
is
chat.
Tess on the back porch, taking a nap. She was never far from me.
All right. When George was sober, how did he treat the dogs?
Nice.
3 more names. Still a spin, guys.
I don't know if he was.
Who wants to see this thing spin tonight?
But I mean, he was nice. If I needed him to feed them, he would feed them.
Were there times when George was drinking where he would threaten to harm the dogs?
All the time.
You're going to have to tell the jury specifically.
One of the worst threats was Penny being blind. He
Where are
would
these dogs at? Who's got these fucking dogs?
actually leave the gate open in the back. He wouldn't threaten me to do it. He would actually do it on nights that I had to go up to sleep or I fled the night before or something. And would tell me that he hoped that I would come
Yeah,
back.
I think she's an alcoholic and they were alcoholics, but that liquid courage that night to get that drunk and be able to actually go through with what I think was a plan, getting that intoxicated gives you a little bit of you've heard of the liquid courage. I think that's what happened here. I think you can hear that venom coming out of her voice in the video.
Bloated body dead in the pond across the way.
Boom!
From
We're
our
getting spinning,
townhome.
baby. Oh,
And
shit.
Tess
Thank you, Holly.
Was notorious if I wasn't there to go look for me, and would say that he would hope that I would have to scrape up her dead body from the street that was out in front of our apartment complex.
Why was George upset with you? Why was he
There it is,
threatening to harm
baby.
the dogs?
Anything that he could
Thank
get
you.
to
Hell yeah,
try
guys.
to have some type of hold over
We
me.
got a wheel.
Control.
And he knew I loved my dogs very much, especially that they were handicapped.
Were they afraid of him?
Yes. Penny would hear his voice and instantly go underneath the dining room table that we had. Tess was always fractious and very, very quick with his movements, but she was never
You feel
never
this wheel
far
on.
away. They never showed their teeth. They never growled. Tess would occasionally bark, but it was very rare. And he used to kick them and just...
For what reason would he kick them?
Penny would try to find me because she's blind.
Sustained.
I'd like to move identification in and evidence.
Any objection? Was pre-marked as M will be received into evidence without objection as defense 16.
Shit, Pammy just started a new wheel, baby. Hell yeah. Thank you, Pammy.
All right. Can you describe this for the jury?
This is again, it's our back porch, and this is the fence that I made for the dogs to have a little bit extra space. Penny is next to me. She's the line dog, and then Tess is down here and guarding the gate.
Are these fake rabbits? Is that
Yes.
in here?
I used to call my son when he was a baby. He was my bunny rabbit.
Overruled.
He was my bunny rabbit, so I used to collect bunny rabbits, and so I have rabbits here and there throughout my house and in my little garden area.
All right, this is the alcohol you are consuming,
Yes.
and this is a close-up of which woman?
This is Tess. She's the deaf dog.
How old were these dogs at that time, 2020?
Gosh, maybe 9, maybe 10.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Will is ready to go, baby. Pokemon 1 turns to go to Carrie. Gotcha. Gotcha on that one. Remember, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, only on kick.com/publiclybuzzed. Halloween movie marathon all night long. The first movie we are going to play, opening with Chris Duet and my brother, Dandy Savage. None other than Candyman from, I believe it's from 95, the original, are going to be being paid. Hey, Viv, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you for coming through here. Yeah, I hope you're feeling good. Thanks for running through here. Let's get through this.
Okay, court sees no hands. We may have to work also a little bit past 5 o'clock, maybe going to between 5:45 and 6 this evening. I know juror third from the right, you may have to make...
Oh my God, Donna Barkley, thank you so much for Gyps Treats. Thank you very much. $20. Wow, that Gypsy will appreciate the fuck out of that. That's amazing. And that's going to get you... Pammy just started out the next will, and Donna is going to be able to get on... And I'm not even sure what the hell we're giving away on that one. And you will find out probably tomorrow night. Fuck yeah, thank you so much, Donna. That's amazing. $30 from Donna here tonight. Wow. Absolutely incredible.
Shit.
You know it. You know it. You know it.
A phone call as to that. Does anyone have any concerns about working a little bit later today till 6 o'clock? If you have those concerns, please raise your hand at this time. All right, court sees no hands. Ma'am, are you in a position to step out to see if you can get assistance with childcare, or is that not an option for today? I appreciate it. Juror.
I love this judge. This judge rules.
I tell you what, look, hang on. Don't instruction is before Sergeant.
All right, they're heading out.
This is one of the photographs that we introduced. Is this
Right, then he shows it to the jury. I don't want to get to the states.
I would have died, or I would have just sick all the time.
That's all.
Yeah, let's get into the state here a little bit.
How about Christine? Did George know a Christine?
I don't know.
How about a Pamela Erickson?
These may have been people that he was communicating with on whatever the platform was.
On your phone?
I believe so, yes.
And did you find these communications?
I believe I found one or two of them from some of them.
And did you send a long letter to his family to relay to him about
I like that
those
one.
girls that he was cheating on you with?
I believe so.
Okay, so you do know those names, right?
I don't remember them. It's been however long.
Okay. Now, on February 24th, 2020, you called 911 at about 1 p.m., correct?
Yes.
And at that point, you were still feeling a little intoxicated.
Still got a wheel to spin here tonight, folks.
It was more shock, but yes.
So you agree that you previously stated, I was still, I believe, intoxicated to a degree?
To a degree, yes.
So 1 p.m., it's about 14 hours after 11 p.m. the night before, correct?
I'm guessing so.
Well, 12 hours prior would be 1 a.m.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get Sarah Boone messing with the suitcase like we got.
14 hours, correct?
Okay.
And you were present here for the medical examiner, Dr. Zadovich, to testify, correct?
Yes.
And you heard her talk about all the effects of ethanol that it has on the human body, correct?
Yes.
And she also mentioned something that it, on average, dissipates at about 0.015 an hour. Do you recall that?
I believe so.
Okay. So, Would it be fair to say that if you're still feeling the effects of the alcohol at 1 p.m., so that's 14 hours, 0.015, you were at approximately about a 0.21 at 11 p.m. the night before. Do you feel like you were 2.5 times the legal limit at that time?
I don't
Sounded
know
like she
that
was.
number.
Judge, I'm going to object.
Fuck you.
Bottles left from the night before, correct?
He brings out the bottles and shows them.
25 left. What you all had left over from Saturday, the two of you consumed 2 1.5 liter bottles, correct?
I'm not sure about the second bottle that he purchased, if it was empty or not at the time.
Like that,
We did
spinning
mention
and
that the
winning.
police would
Strychnine.
find 2 empty bottles in the top of your trash, correct?
Yes.
And we did all see that in the photographs, correct?
See that
Two.
they're empty in the garbage, yes.
All right, and you say you were about 100 pounds at the time?
Yes.
And we all know Mr. Torres was 103 pounds at the time of his death, correct?
That's what they said.
All right, so that's 3 liters of wine between 200 pounds split between 2 people over the course of a day, correct?
Yes.
And you testified today
That's awesome,
that you were
dude.
intoxicated
Oh, yeah.
at the time that
Love
this
Beetlejuice.
occurred, the videos between 11 and 11:30 at night, correct?
Yes, at some level, yes.
All right. Now, what does that mean to you? Previously, have you indicated that that means the room is spinning? Do you ever recall saying that?
I do.
So what was your level of intoxication at this point in time when the first video was filmed at 11:12 p.m.?
Do you mean from lack of sleep or alcohol?
From the alcohol.
What was my level?
What were you feeling? Did you have trouble with your balance?
I was more tired than anything.
Did you have trouble with your balance?
I don't believe so.
So you were able to flip a suitcase over with a 100-pound man in it, right?
I mean, yes, it happened.
Okay. How about your speech? Do you feel like your speech was slurred?
Clearly.
How about your inhibitions? Do you feel like you were doing things that you wouldn't do when you were sober?
I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, on reflection, do you feel like this is something you would have done when you were sober?
I didn't know me and George.
I'm just asking you, looking back on this, when he's in the suitcase and you're telling him how you feel, and then you wait 11 minutes and you film another 22 seconds, and then you go upstairs, upon reflection, is that something you would have done and left him in there had you not been drinking?
I don't know. I can't say.
Okay.
If I was scared, then it would be something.
Okay. All right. Now, today you testified about the time frame between the 2 videos, correct?
Yes.
So you came down from the shower where you were hiding, correct?
Yes.
And as you're coming down the stairs, before you even get to the
Magnum,
bottom of
he
the stairs,
calls
you can
them
kind of see over your shoulder
Magnum
or
bottles.
towards your right that he's trying to hide in the suitcase, correct?
Yes.
And the lid is down, but it's not closed, and you can tell he's hiding in there. It's not a great hiding spot just yet, right?
Correct.
And so you come over to him, and you're laughing, right?
Yes.
And you move the suitcase around
Donna,
some
thank you so
before
much.
zipping it
Seriously,
shut,
that's
right?
incredible.
No.
No? You immediately zip it shut?
Yes.
Okay. And you're both still laughing about it, correct?
Correct.
All right. And then it's during this course of time, how quickly is it after you zip it shut that you begin filming the first video?
I don't know without watching it. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, the video's not going to catch you zipping him up because you're like 10 feet away, right? How quickly after you zip him up is it before the video starts, is my question.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, she goes rapid fire blinking, and she's just
And
like
then during that 9
online,
minutes and 14 seconds
like a
is when he begins to get angry,
crazy
correct?
person.
What 9
Fits.
minutes that you
Between the two videos, there's 9 minutes and 14 seconds between the end of 1061 and the beginning of 1062 and 1063. So you got the 2-minute, 3-second video that starts at 11:12:45, correct?
I guess.
Permission to use state 17?
You may.
She was hoping this would have been it. She was like, oh my God, they're coming at me. Okay, Donna, I got you. The first one's already, well, I've already got your name on the first one here, but I can change that out. I had Simi for the first one. And the second one, on the next wheel, it's in there. And somebody doesn't get on there.
All right, so we're looking at entry 31107. That
put the amazing
according to
Brooklyn
the phone extraction, 2/23/2020, 11:12:45 p.m.
Will Spin still ready to
Image
go for
underscore
Murder Church and the
1062
Outer Church
begins
stickers,
being
guys.
captured.
Bada
And we've
boom.
seen that that is about 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Entry 31113 indicates that image underscore 1063.
I'm going to get down here to where they're messing with the suitcase.
That his hand got out of.
Would it be easier to put it down here?
I didn't want to
Make her
make it go down
glove
there.
up, guys.
If you're happy doing that, I'll let you.
Hold on. Does she need to be wearing gloves?
Owen did make a good
Agreed.
point.
If she's going to be manipulating it.
Boom, D getting on here. These creative hands. Crochet again has a dope ass YouTube channel. $2 holler to get on the next wheel that we're building. Hell yeah. Thank you, D. Appreciate that. And again, we still have one wheel ready to spin here momentarily.
Just demonstrate how she zipped it shut.
Okay, well, where's the paperclip? And do you remember which one it was in?
Now we got to get the paper clip out.
This side.
Well, initially they wanted to manipulate the bat and the suitcase before they took a break, and I guess they decided not to, but now he wants her to... I mean, he wants her to show her what she's explaining with the actual suitcase.
When this event occurred, when we pulled the suitcase out earlier, the paperclip was not attached. So now the prosecutors attached the paperclip. We don't know if that's the way it was attached.
It's not even a paperclip.
We don't know if that's the proper way that it was attached. But he's asking her now to pull.
Is there an objection?
Yes?
Approach.
I like the way that handled. He's like, you're just explaining a lot of stuff out loud. Are you objecting or... They're having it out up there with the judge.
Get his hand.
you almost come closer.
Madam Court Reporter, you ready?
Not even a paperclip.
Can we see how it was that the two zipper parts?
Yeah, I thought you wasn't going to wear a
when you say that Mr. Torres was able to get his hand out. If you want me to do it, I'm fine to take your direction.
From what I remember, this is how the suitcase was. This was up here. This was not this hard either.
She says it was not this hard either.
This was
when I was murdering
like
him.
here.
It was much easier.
Right here.
The state wants her to demonstrate exactly how George's hand was coming out of the
I
suitcase.
assume this one was much closer.
They're really not
It's not
accomplishing anything
Where
here.
did
The state didn't do
You asked
well.
me where I zipped it.
When you say that was
It's
zipped shut,
confusing.
show us.
Are you talking about how I zipped it, or
When you're done zipping
With the
it shut and he's inside of it, where are the zipper components?
Okay, yeah. They want you to put the zippers where you put them that night when he's inside.
Just tell me what it's at.
I mean, it was the corner. I mean, it's the corner was
right
cut
here?
open. I mean, it's not. Yes, this one was already pretty much. Yes. From what I can remember, that's how he was coming with his hand out. It was like this from the corner part.
Okay.
Owen's like, I'm gonna flip this son of a bitch a couple times.
Thank you.
Confuse him a little more. Thank y'all so much for hanging out in Tooth and Ant Murder Church. I really appreciate it. Publicly buzzed. Buzzed publicly. It's not a gimmick.
Did you ever change the position of those zippers once you put it in that position?
I did not.
And so once he was zipped into there,
Yo, Jessica.
there's
Jessica
some
will be
amount
on
of
Feral
time
Friday,
you don't remember
everybody.
specifically before you
Hanging
start
out.
taking
We've been
the 2-minute
discussing
video,
a
correct?
movie we're going to watch. I think we got one. It's going to be movie 2, actually.
And then that's when you say.
I haven't
what you
disclosed
say,
it yet,
and that's when
Jessica.
he
I'm only
says
giving
what he
away
says. We've
episode
all heard
1
it,
or movie
correct?
1 right now. Candyman. The rest is going to be a
And then between
surprise.
there and that second
Chris,
video,
also,
22
Feral
seconds
Friday
left,
guest coming in. What's up,
it's
dude?
at this point where he's beginning to get angry, and
Me,
then
Chris,
that's when you
Dan
take
going to
the
be starting
baseball
out the
bat
evening
that's in
with
evidence,
Candyman.
and your testimony is to start poking him with the end of it.
Did you say this was the second video?
Between the two videos, that's when you started hitting with the bat because he was getting angry and trying to escape, correct?
Right, I was not hitting him. I was, yes.
Okay. Did you ever hit him with the bat while he was outside of the suitcase?
No.
So each time
Yeah,
that
it
you
is
hit the
a
bat,
crazy
through
visual.
this suitcase, and that's what leaves the marks on him because you didn't hit him with the bat outside the suitcase, correct?
Yes, if you'd like me to demonstrate.
No, that's okay. The suitcase will speak for itself. And then you take the second video and you go upstairs and go to bed, correct?
Oh, God.
I apparently went upstairs and I
Calm her
just
down,
made a
bud.
phone call.
Okay.
Good
And
Lord.
then I fell asleep.
All right. And at the point in time when you
Dangerous.
left and went upstairs, he was still inside the suitcase, correct?
Correct.
Was he still asking for you and calling your name?
Not that I can recall.
Did you say shh to him again?
I don't remember.
Did you tell him that this was his problem and it's on you again?
I don't remember.
Did you do anything to help him escape from the predicament that you zipped him up in?
No.
No other questions?
Any redirect examination?
Ms. Boone, he just asked you the question that you poked him, and you didn't poke it. You poked, every time you poked him hard with the bat, he was inside the briefcase.
The suitcase, yes.
The suitcase. But you remember when he put his hand out, did you not hit him in the hand outside the suitcase?
Yes.
Okay. So that was the only time the bat touched Mr. Torres's body outside the suitcase.
Yes.
Was when you hit him with a hand. But all the other injuries were with you poking him pretty hard. I mean, you bruised your hand, correct? Doing that. Thank you. That's all I have.
Ma'am, you can return to counsel's table.
Judge, can we approach you?
Just a moment. Let me get her situated at table, and then we can approach. All right, come on up, y'all.
All right, that was pretty much it. We're going to call it right there. What a crazy day. And there's a lot more than that. I just kind of broke out right when it got to the domestic violence portion, which is about an hour, maybe even 2 hours into the initial testimony. Maybe not that deep, but it was pretty long until we got there. She did explain basically their lives, and yeah, a lot of information was given out. Will it change the jury's opinion, though, is the question. You know, did that connect with anybody else? But at the end of the day, you know, and we're not done here. We still have some more witnesses. Maybe they should have done that last even. Maybe she should have been the last witness, because, you know, they're going to be able to hammer home that at the end of the day, both of these people were abusive towards each other, but only one of them is still here right now. And one of them we have video documented proof of dying while the other tortured them verbally and admittedly physically. It's pretty fucking dark. What we have right now, folks, is a wheel we're going to spin for some Murder Church and Meowder Church stickers. All right, let me turn my green screen off. Good luck, everybody. This wheel has seen better days. It's getting haggard. I need to get a replacement here. Let me turn my green screen off. Boom. All right. Good luck, everybody. Let me get a good spin, hopefully. Sometimes my fingers hit it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Holly Berry. Holly Berry. Yeah, it just says Holly. Holli. Holly Berry. Yes. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Holly Berry. Let me get you a bunch of stickers. Yeah, two and two. You're about to send you some Meowder and Murder Church stickers. These things are dank as hell, hot off the presses. And I've got the pink logo also coming in. So we're going to have more stickers to give out, folks. Holly Berry, absolutely amazing. She's the best. She comes through here all the time. One of the best givers in here.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
Hardcore member of the Buzz Nation. She's been with us for a long time now. And she fucking rules. Is just the... Is the long and short of it, to be quite frank. She is the best. Is she still in here? She passed out on there. She is. Whoa, it's like she didn't even say nothing. She's right here. She's right here. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Hell yeah is in the chat. Nice. All right, everybody. Friday night, we are doing the thing. I'll probably be live again tomorrow with some more Sarah Boone Murder Church testimony. But Friday night, Halloween movie night, ladies and gentlemen, October 25th into 26th, Friday night into Saturday morning. We're going to be playing probably like 5 films at least, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Candyman, Chris Dewitt, and my brother Dandy Savage. You never know who might pop in at any given time, but I do have Jessica for Justice and Missy Mayhem also coming in that night to hang out. I've been discussing films with Missy and Jessica, and we're going to be bringing through, I think I've already got both of those also figured out. So I need to find 2 more films, and I want to make sure one of those is voted by the Buzz Nation. So look for a poll coming to There's going to be a bunch of polls. I'm going to post one in Patreon. I'm going to post one on YouTube community. I'm going to post one on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of polls to get a lot of different opinions of the Buzz Nation. So keep an eye out for that, folks. As we, I'd like to get a classic film in here as well. I like to go old school. But Candyman is opening us up Friday night. Again, only on Kick, folks. I saw Dee. She's new, hanging and banging with us here. And she is trying to figure out how to get on Kick. Here is Kick right here. Here is our page. Let me get Sarah out of here. Here is our page right here. We stream on here every Friday night. We usually start here on YouTube, just like last Friday, D. And about 9:20 to 9:30, we head over here. And Kick is a new website. It's a lot like Twitch, except they don't really enforce any rules. There's no real copyright rules. Of course, there's copyright rules still, but this website doesn't have any filters that just blocks you immediately. They let basically anything go, and if you kind of play your cards smartly, you can get away with some stuff on here. So yeah, please go and check us out. Last Frail Fridays with Missy Mayhem is on there right now. Dan couldn't make it, so I had to get a substitute guest, and she was awesome. We watched Night of the Demons on Friday night, and it was fucking dope if you've never seen that movie. And on Kick, you never know. You may see some hogs, you may see some boobs, you may see, you never know what you might see on a Kick stream here on Publicly Buzzed. We get a little bit crazy over there. Been known to get a little crazy over there. But it's a website. You can get on there and watch it on the website. I will say it's a little finicky sometimes, but also on your phone. Just like how you have YouTube from your app store, download Kick, and then if you search Publicly Buzzed on that app, we should pop right up, and you would be the 285th follower. We're at 284 followers over there. So... oh, wow. Damn. Okay. Chris coming through. I can't speak for Steve, but I'm going to promise full frontal nudity from Dan and I. Damn. Wow. He's already been discussing what the plans are with Dan, and I'm not even in the loop on that. Holy crap. You guys can't miss that. It's going to get wild. Okay. We get crazy here on Publicly Buzzed. You're in the right place. Buzz Nation is a unique spot within this space, and I hope that you keep hanging out with us here. So tomorrow night, we'll see what happens. We'll see what fucking happens tomorrow as we continue the Sarah Boone trial here on Murder Church. It's a special week here on Publicly Buzzed in general. Murder Church may be all freaking week until this trial is over. The most anticipated trial in Publicly Buzzed history is underway right now. And yes, we're going to keep on rocking. It is. That's the truth, man. And we do a lot of cool stuff here. Yeah, Chris Stewart is a major part of that. It's going to be fun. Jessica's coming. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up, guys. We're going. Keep an eye on everything on Twitter, especially. Now, that's where I would say make sure you're following if you're really into trial coverage with Sarah Boone, right there. That is, as they say, gavel to gavel coverage. That's what's happening on my Twitter right now, on my X. We're not messing around over there. All right, let me put Holly Berry in the winner circle before I forget here. Make sure I've got her 4 stickers. Because sometimes, I don't actually sometimes because I've never done it yet. But I always worry about forgetting to do this and then being like, oh shit, who won? What happened? So 2 MC and 2 Meowder. And that should let me know what's up. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, guys, tomorrow night, let's go. Probably be continuing this. I'm sure we will. Murder Church, Sarah Boone trial. Phil Spector is still coming back. We're not done with Phil Spector by a long shot at all. We're literally just approaching halfway through that one. But you never know when I may pop through with some special streams like this. Now, this one is very special because, again, Sarah Boone is one that we covered. The first time I covered this was in February or March of 2023, early in this channel's history. So that's the truth, Donna. Now, Donna's the best, man. Now, this is an amazing attitude. Amazing attitude in the Buzz Nation, huh? Let's keep growing this thing, guys. All right. Have a great night and have a great Wednesday. See you back here tomorrow night. Let's go.